Hey, this is Maverick. I want to welcome Bourbon Leather to the Slacker82Alpha family. They are our new sponsor for the show. They're the ones who do our hats. If you've seen the hats that I wear on the show, that's the ones that they do. They offer custom leather patch hats made with real full grain leather. So make sure you check them out at bourbonleather.com and tell Freddie Maverick and Goose sent you. If you use the promo code SLACKER, that gets you an additional 10% off. So if you have a show and you want hats for the show, or you just like wearing hats like I do, get them, man. These guys are great. The product is great. The hats are great. They're comfortable. I mean, you can't ask for a better hat. And they're reasonably priced. So once again, make sure you go to bourbonleather.com. Make sure you tell Freddie that Maverick and Goose sent you. And again, use the promo code SLACKER for 10% off.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Old glory, and I'm stars and stripes forever, embedded in the hearts of our heroes, worn on soldiers' sleeves, revered by allied nations. I am worshipped and respected. I'm saluted and protected, and I'm feared by enemies. Let my soldiers through the trenches, in the fields of every battle. I've been torched and burned and set on fire. Nations I set free. I've stood solemn as a witness to our heroes' final hours. In the name of God, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, honor thee. Arms as I lay my rose upon you. I will support and defend the Constitution, so help me God. I stand tall and proud with eagle eyes, protect our homes and institutions, from our churches to our children's schools. Stand watch from outer space. I am recognized around the world. Stand for peace, truth, honor, justice. Instill the love of God, defending freedom. God bless USA. As I lay down upon you, I'm wrapped in folds of honor, praise, arms. As I lay my rose upon you, we'll support and defend the Constitution, so help me God. Windy day, you can feel my independence. I bow to no one, but I vow to protect our nation's freedom. Stars and stripes for glory, our star-spangled banner. Oh glory, I'm indebted as our freedom is free. damn shame what the world's gone to from people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
Yeah. I know it's a shame, you smiling, holding the pain. You working, they holding your pay. It's a fat, it's a taxes to make it, so you can't relax. And you broke at the end of the day, it's always the same. They send it all to Ukraine, children that long to be saved. Look what they doing, our country is soon to be ruined. They screwing the home of the brave. Who do we blame? The news won't take it, the truth. Delusional fools do remain. Got the principles of a Christian who, you know, can never be used for their games. We're used to the games. It's time to wake up America, here to remove the restraints. They got us in chains. Better keep God close and be united again for a change.
Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gone to from people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gone to from people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
Yeah, you know what I hate? The way veterans don't get a break after putting their life on the line. They come back to the States and depression is racing. Need help so they won't contemplate suicide. Addiction rates higher than ever. People ashamed for just trying to get better. Alcoholism been calling in victims. This sickness will leave our relationships severed. No, this ain't no joke. Social media, why is everything woke? Wanted Biden, but now they're regretting their votes. Bet you agree Trump was better than most. I just pray that we never surrender our hope. Innocent folks been paying the price. Can't afford groceries and keeping on lights. Paying more for less and no, none of it's right. It's time to stand up together
Lord,
and
it's
fight.
a damn shame what the world's gone to from people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gone to from people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
Hey, welcome everybody. Goose, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, my brothers?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Let me bring in the stations real quick. All right, I want to welcome everybody from 105.7 of Phase Patriot Radio, Word Radio, MBR, Military Broadcast Radio, UG Media, AJ Parker Radio, Paisley Radio, FCM Live, Sword Radio, Crystal Radio, The Hit Network, Replay Radio, and West Rand Radio in South Africa. All right, should be everybody. What's going on? Oopsie.
Man, our U.S. forces keep attacking empty buildings. What's going on? Are we just doing target practice?
You mean the places we struck in Syria? You mean?
Yeah, there were empty buildings.
Well, you know, our intelligence isn't all that great. You know, we get it late, moved out before we got there.
Yeah, they continue to do this. Yeah, we attacked Syria. You
Yeah.
know, and they didn't say we didn't find nobody. They just say they attacked. So blow smoke over some people. Out of control. These people out of control. Well, I would like to kind of let people know that the Democrats are celebrating their victory yesterday.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, what should you expect from Virginia and Kentucky?
In Ohio.
Yeah, and Ohio. Well, Ohio was kind of hard to. I mean, the way they wrote the bill for the abortion, it was freaking confusing. So people kind of just voted to vote, and not that many people show up, especially in the Republican side.
Well, because this is, I mean, you're talking about an off year of voting. You know what I mean? I mean, people don't these off year elections are not typically big turnouts for Republicans. Anyway, Democrats seem to turn out
by the droves, but Republicans don't seem to show up for these ones.
They do really good on early voting. I guess the governor from Kentucky, even before the official time started, he already won the election. He had enough vote to win, even though not many people didn't show up.
Well, you gotta like that. And for him, anyway. I mean, probably not for. But it's always a nice thing when you're winning before the votes even come out. But well, let's see the raccoon.
But it's hard to go that way. Check this out, Mari. When you see these people winning, you kind of second guess what's going on in our country. I mean, these people are doing really bad, destroying our country. And I know we said this many, many times. Inflation, interest loan, mortgages, oil, housing market, everything's upside down. And these people still electing the same people that are messing our country.
Hey,
I mean,
okay,
it's hard to fight against that.
yeah. Is the tonight is the debate? Republican
Who?
debate. The Republican debate is tonight.
I don't know. I don't even track that. I mean, it's hard to track that because, I
Right.
think we're wasting our time too, Maverick. I mean, we
Miami.
know,
Miami tonight.
I know for a fact Trump is going to be the nominee.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If nothing happens in the meantime, yeah, sure.
I mean, what's going to happen?
usually-
Somebody might going to
Mav?
take him out?
Hey, Raccoon, how are you?
Pretty good. Listen, the daggone debate is nothing but to get our attention drawn in a different way.
Sure.
Because
I wasn't even aware it was
all
on.
them, well, all them candidates talk about a democracy.
Yeah.
Gotta save the democracy. Nobody talks about the republic, returning it to a republic, so we don't have all this crap that we're facing, like excess taxation without representation.
Yeah.
And all these felonious laws that go against the Constitution. People are tired of that crap. They don't want to hear it no more.
You guys don't know what, that we send through the UN $80 million.
We do it because we're told to. They're told to send that money over there. They're told to send all the ammunition over there. What the hell are we supposed to defend our country with?
No, but
They don't
where we
care
send
about
it to the freaking Taliban.
Well,
I'm
we
not
send it to
talking about-
everybody. We have
no.
storages. We have storages of ammunition and equipment all over the freaking world. Anywhere we've
That
set foot, we've left the
that
equipment.
80 million. No, this don't have to do anything with that. This $80 million cash money to those Taliban people. Taliban are freaking enemies.
Money laundering.
Okay, $80 million every 2 weeks.
Don't we?
And Ukraine, Mary, Ukraine still buying Russia oil.
And some of the top Ukrainians are buying property in America.
Well,
Think about it.
It's
all about money laundering.
We knew that because many people who buy our debt is the people who are receiving large sum of money from us every year.
The Ukraine ones are buying the property with the money that we're sending them.
But Mary, you can't blame them. I mean, if you guys go and do the research, because I did. Many of the people who are dead, many of those people are using the same money we send them every year.
Exactly. I mean, so you can't. I mean,
I probably just got
you
cut
can't-
off and so on. Okay.
you can't make this shit up. I mean, it's just
It's all about money laundering. That's the whole system. Our entire economy is on money laundering because we pay the daggone corporations what they want for their products, they go to the politicians to have laws passed so they can put out more felonious products to us to kill us. None of our government agencies actually do anything for us.
Nope.
It's always for an oligarch of some sort, a corporate
Well,
member.
that's my point is my main point about the debate. Why the heck we're gonna have a freaking debate when they are lynching freaking Trump every day in the courts? But that's what's happening.
But there, because he's not part of the politicians.
But
He's a
it doesn't
businessman.
matter. It doesn't matter, and that's the reason why I don't watch those. And that's the reason that most likely the only one that I think I will vote, and I don't think he got a chance because Trump's nomination number one. But maybe I will vote for DeSantis because he's my governor, and I think he's doing a good job. I mean,
He's
not
also
perfect.
a Soros puppet. He went to the one of his schools over in Europe. He also had some money filtered through one of the branch businesses of Soros that helped him become governor. Okay, maybe he's playing Soros. We don't know, but how do we trust him?
Well, I trust him. Let me tell you why I trust him. Because a lot of stuff that he done in our state and his actions are not liberal actions, are most conservative actions and vote that he's took in our state, and he's doing a great job. So maybe he got some freaking money. I don't know. Everybody got money from that idiot anyway. But the thing is that I don't follow what they say. I follow, and that's the reason that even though Trump talked the way he talked, I don't care how he talked. He did when he was a president, and I think he did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't argue that fact, and I mean, people try, but you know, you can't argue with the stuff that he did. All right, so yeah, he acts like an idiot sometimes. I mean, but
And
you
it's
can't fault.
nothing, Maverick. There's nothing we can do. One thing that I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna jump to something that's going on in our country, anti-Semitic stuff that's going on. We got this lady from the Senate calling the Jews all kind of names,
Yeah.
doing all that kind of stuff, and then we got all our students, most of them, which they don't pay for the school loan. They're every day in the freaking patio marching or going to the White House, destroying the White House, but nothing happened to them. Now, January 6th, we got people behind bars right now in jail for many years, and they didn't do the things that these people are doing.
Yeah.
It's all a big scam. It's all a big scam when you look at it, because they're going to prosecute who they want to because they're in charge of everything.
Right.
And it's going to be coming down to a day to where we'll either be getting on cattle cars to go to a FEMA camp to have our heads lopped off, probably with all them guillotines Obama bought that were never returned, or we're going to win. It's up to us, because the old saying, the old saying is that you get what you get when good people do nothing.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, you're right. God wins. That's one thing. I think that's our only solution, Mary.
Oh, I agree 100%. I mean, it all comes down to that. I mean, you know, we can say this and that, but you know, God's got the last word, and we just got to hope that we're worthy enough for Him to pull us out of this.
Yeah, some of the things we need to do is drop all these agencies that have no interest in our people of the United States.
Raccoon,
get rid of all
how
of
you
them
gonna draw these
and break
agencies?
down. Listen to me.
We don't have no power. We don't have no power. You don't understand?
Oh, bullshit.
There's nothing you can do.
Okay, you're a quitter. I understand that. I'm not.
No, it's not about being a quitter. They keep destroying
Yes, it
our
is.
country.
You're submitting when you say we can't do anything.
We don't have no freaking power. What can we do? Tell me, what can we do?
What can they do to us? What do they have the power to do to every person in the United States. It's a citizen.
Raccoon, they just put many innocent people behind bars in January 6th. Okay?
I understand that. And there's
No,
a
you
lot
don't
of innocent
understand.
people, as you
Because you're not
said.
behind bars. You're not behind bars. Those people got
Are you behind bars?
Bail.
Are you behind bars?
I understand
No,
what
you're
they're going
not.
through.
You're not behind bars
No,
either.
you never be behind, but
But
you
I
don't
know
know
people
what's
who
going
are
on.
behind bars that were innocent of what was happening because
These
they were
people,
picked out to be the person, to be the fall guy for somebody else.
no, Raccoon. This was different.
Oh, no,
It was different.
Goose.
Many of
Bullshit.
them that didn't even go to the White House are doing 22 years, 16
I know a guy who
years,
went to goddamn
7
White House and
years.
carried a fucking ankle bracelet for 180 days
Don't
because
matter.
he
They
was in
went
the
behind
vicinity
bars.
of the White House.
And these people from Palestine are doing all kind of things worse, and they don't get no jail time. Many years ago, 3-4 years ago, they were burning and looting the churches, the White House, doing all kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and then they went to jail.
That's because they follow along with the Democratic storyline. Do whatever you want. Do what we want you to do. If you don't, we won't give you any more free stuff because there's nothing free in this life.
No, Rocky.
If you take freebies all your life, pretty
when
soon they're
those
going to tell you to get up and dance, and you better get up and dance.
Raccoon, when those guys went to trial, okay, they don't have no freaking money. This is a powerful machine that took it down. They had to take a deal.
And where does that law come from? Where does that law come from? It comes from the British Royal.
Freaking
Our laws are
you want me to
maritime
use?
law.
You want me to freaking use my Lisa right now to check that kind of stuff for you? That's not, I don't want to talk about that, Raccoon. I don't want to talk about what's going on today. That way people understand what's going on today. Know what happened 80 years ago, a century ago.
I was to get you back to where you were headed from a minute ago, but you kept dragging on about these 6 people. What about the people who painted the goddamn fences on the goddamn White House?
That's what I said.
There ain't nothing done about that.
Yeah.
Where was the Secret Service and the DC police to round them people up? They were all on fucking coffee break.
Yeah.
Bring back the goddamn water cannon.
Why is that?
But no, that's harmful because people don't like that. It makes them uneasy.
I mean,
sometimes you have to deal force with
Raccoon,
force.
let Mary talk, please. Go ahead, Mary.
No, I'm just saying what Raccoon's saying. I mean, well, but it shouldn't surprise us that they didn't do anything. They don't do anything to those people.
No.
I mean, yeah, the Secret
Service.
You gotta understand. Only 1% of our country serve the armed forces. 1%.
Right.
1%. I don't think we have the freaking fortitude or the power or the will to do what we need to do to take back our country.
No, I agree 100% with you.
We deserve what we vote for.
And you see that debate, and that makes you sick.
I agree with Raccoon. We deserve what we get. I mean, if we don't do it, but I agree, Goose. I don't think there's not enough people. Americans just don't have the balls to stand up. I mean, we're losing everything. I mean, this country is going to the toilet, and nobody's,
Mary,
nobody out there protesting, nothing.
Mary, maybe this will be our destiny. You know how many kids we killed the last 50 years?
Yeah.
More than 100 million kids, and we got saint. We are evil country too. Okay, killing so many kids, and then they're fighting back to get the right to keep killing kids, doing human trafficking, kids trafficking, kind of evil stuff. Maybe this is our destiny. We somehow have to pay back. It better we do a lot of praying because we need to.
Yeah.
You follow the Bible, don't you?
I follow the Bible. You can add.
Okay, well, I got a question for you. Are we not falling for the same stuff that destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah?
Of course. And I talk about this, the pre-flood, that's the same sign. You're correct.
Yeah.
The same sign. But why? Because World War I, maybe people were saying this is the end. World War II, the same thing. Vietnam, the same thing. But no, something that was different now. is society decaying
Yeah.
big time, running away from God, and the
And let
same
me
thing that happened pre-flood.
Running away
Yeah.
from God and running away from all responsibilities with most people. I know people who don't want any responsibility for anything they do, but they don't understand what they're telling themselves.
Bravo One, welcome to
In
the
the
show.
final day, they're going to be judged and they're going to end up down in the abyss because
You
they
are
didn't want to
correct.
follow the rule.
Yeah, and I don't want
You
to be
correct.
lumped in with these bastards. These evil satanic people that
Thank
practice
you, Bravo.
witchcraft and everything else. We're not part of them. They've just taken control of the country. We got to take it back from them.
Well, Bravo, I'm starting to, I know I give you a hard time with Trump and all that stuff, but you know what? I'm at the point where Trump, I'm really hoping that everything that you're saying, that there's things going in the background, blah blah blah, that he's gonna be there and he's gonna take over, and I'm really at this point, I'm really hoping you're right. I mean,
Well, how did it? Could we, as people, or the people of Illinois, take back Chicago and Illinois when the mob was controlling everything? Hell no. They had to send a front man with his team of ruthless killers, basically, but they had the badge on them, and they had to go in and take these people out. The regular people, the sheeple, just aren't going to do it. We need a good front man. Did you
What
guys
they were
listen?
doing
Did
it,
you listen to the speech when Trump? I don't know how we could get any clearer. He can't come out and say there's a plan. I mean, he said there's a pause right now. He goes, we have a pause because this is allowing people to see how bad it would be if we allowed this to keep going and where it's going. I
hey,
mean,
bro,
yeah, I don't know
hey,
if you guys
Bravo.
heard that or not, but I mean, he basically came out. He called it the pause. This,
Hey,
this,
Bravo.
this. What?
Something you have to know about Chicago. The reason they took the mob out in Chicago because it was cutting in on the profits. They didn't want the competition, so they sent in the new ATF, FBI, whatever you want to call them at the time, to round up the daggone bootleggers. They didn't do that in Boston very much, or New York, or St. Louis, or a lot of different cities that still had the same problems. They wanted to send a message that you either play by our rules or we're going to get rid of you.
Right.
And
Well, I'm
we've
not
been
saying that they
fighting a
were
damn
holding
drug
it back.
war for almost 50 years, and it's not been a win, lose, or draw. Who's making all the profit? Not the drug cartels. You bet your ass on that.
hey Amber, welcome to the show.
Hey,
How are you?
good. There's a small echo in this show.
Yeah,
I'm back. I'm back. I'm sorry. I got an important phone call, so I'm sorry.
all right. Amber, good.
Amber, welcome to the show.
Hey, friends. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here, just hanging out.
Yeah, I saw about the Minnesota thing, Chris, but I also read an article that said they didn't. It's possible they could remove him from the general election, close that loop. They just talked about the primary ballot, so I don't know. I don't know if that's a done deal in Minnesota, or if they left an open door for them
Well,
to
that
go after him in
Michigan,
the general
they let
ballot.
criminals run.
But what I like about them going after him on the ballot is it's showing election interference right in front of everyone's face. I mean, they're doing all these bad things, and it's showing the American people who these people really are, and they're getting more and more desperate, and they're waking more and more people up just because they keep doing horrendous things. They say they're not doing it, but look, Colorado, Minnesota, they're going state by state to try and remove
Well, Minnesota,
Trump from the ballot.
they shut down the court only shot. See, the only thing about Minnesota was that they shot down the fact that they can't keep him off the primary, but they didn't. They left it open for the general election.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I mean that's
So it's still, who knows what's going to happen. But ultimately, I think it's going to go to the Supreme Court. I think the Supreme Court will knock it down. They're so desperate because they know he's going to win. They're not letting American people, for instance, if, you know what, they should just, it's election interference at its finest, because if the American people didn't want him to be president, he wouldn't be president. But we do now know that it's state by state by state by state. They interfere in the election and they manipulate the election. So we talk about, oh, well, we shouldn't have voted him in. I don't know if we can vote anybody in these days. I don't
Well,
think we can.
They've taken
remember,
over.
we need to vote. We need to show up to vote. In Virginia, we didn't show up. Yeah, that's
I
why
agree with you. We have to vote. I'm just saying, them keep interfering in the election is going to make the average, regular, everyday person realize that who they voted for didn't get elected because someone else manipulated the election and the wrong person won. I mean, I kind of almost want them to keep messing with the elections, because the more and more they mess with the elections, the more and more people are going to realize, oh, Arizona people speaking out in 2020 wasn't so foolish after all. Oh, maybe that was real.
Well,
You know what I
remember,
mean? So
Biden's not going to run.
no, he's not. They're not going to let him.
Michelle Obama is going to run.
No, I think it's Gavin Newsom.
I think it's
You have to
really
understand
believe
about
they're
this
setting
election we
Gavin
just had that
Amber,
some
a
places
drink.
around the United States, they ran out of ballots or the machines were not working.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
people were
See?
standing in line by the thousands waiting to vote and were told they couldn't vote because they ran out of paper ballots.
According to the Miss Debbie Harris Ferry that we interviewed when we went to Miami 3 weeks ago, she said, forget about the machine. They are cheating all the way, i.e., people voting 2 or 3 times different county.
Yep.
People who are dead, they are not clearing the freaking the list of the dead people that already moved many years ago. They're still voting in different places. She say even in Florida they cheated, but we won because it was a landslide.
And that's what we have to do again. That's what we have to do. I mean, so we're all going in it knowing they're going to manipulate the election. All of us are going in it. But if we don't do it, we need to make them work for the cheat, because if we don't show up, then the cheat's very easy. They win. But we got to make them work for the cheat. So we show up like we did in 2016, and Donald Trump wins by a landslide, and all of our local people, I mean, this is how Tina Peters found the fraud in her city. They started going after her and saying, hey, we elected so-and-so for our city elections and so-and-so won. And that's how she looked into it and found them manipulating her machines, flipping votes, doing whatever they did in her county when she did everything by the book.
Yeah.
So there's elected officials all over the United States who are doing it by the book. So they don't believe that there is election fraud, because everything they're doing is by the book. They don't realize it's higher than them. That's the thing. They don't realize it's higher than them.
But it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to beat Mike Obama.
I don't think so. I think it's Gavin Newsom. Why else did he go to meet Xi Jinping?
I
what do you think?
tend to agree with Goose. I think they're going to bring her out, and I think they're going to bring her out and use her as a, And I said this on the other show about her. I think what they're going to do, they already brought out Obama as gay. Now everybody knows that Obama's gay. Now I think what they're going to do is they're going to roll Michelle out. And they're going to roll Michelle out as a trans. They're going to say, look, she's a trans woman.
First trans president.
Yeah, she had to hide it because they had to hide it. But now that she's, they're going to make
Marvin,
it.
they got kids. You think she's a trans?
I do. I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those kids look like the parents of the two people that they know very well. They look just like those two people. Those kids do. One looks like mama, one looks like daddy, and it's awful daggone convincing.
Maybe that's why the chef got killed. Oh no, I'm sorry, he drowned.
Yeah.
Send swabs into 23andMe and see who the hell is their mom and dad. They won't do that. But something that you're missing, Amber, is something that Stalin said, which they're going by. I don't care who votes, as long as I control the vote counters.
That's right. You're right. I also think,
I
they're
think Castro
obviously
say
not going
that.
to have Biden run. They're not going to have Robert F. Kennedy run because he is not part of the globalist establishment. He's not controlled by them. So
Well,
they
he's not
didn't want
gonna
him to run.
independent ticket
Yeah, but he
anyway.
keeps talking about a democracy. That's what throws me off about it. Robert F. Kennedy said we have to save the democracy. Democracy is
all
one
say
step
that.
away from communism because it's supposed to be mob rule, but guess what? Only 1% control everything in the
That's
United
true.
States.
We already
Yeah, but
socialists.
I mean, what I'm saying is, if
We're
I
a
have
bunch
to
of
choose,
socialists.
if like, let's say Donald Trump didn't win, I'm not taking Ramaswamy. Sorry, I'm not going to pick him. I would rather pick Robert F. Kennedy Jr. than any of those other people because
Yeah, they got
their
him on video
establishment
now.
and the fact that the DNC doesn't want him tells me he's not bought and paid for.
They got him on video saying he loved Hillary. Now they're showing it all
Yep.
over Telegram.
Oh,
I mean, it. I
Yep.
mean, I like him, but he's got that Democrat past. I mean,
Kennedy?
No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I agree with
Yeah.
the man 100% on everything because I don't, but there's things about him I like. And the thing that stands out the most is the DNC wanted nothing to do with him, so now he had to
Yes.
go independent.
So there is something good with him, and he
There's
hates
something
the
good.
he hates the pharmaceutical
Right.
industry, which is great too. So
Yep.
Yeah.
There's so much crap to be done in the next election or after the next election that it's going to take generations to clean up the United States.
Generation
And
is
we've
going to
had
It's not
take
going to happen in a couple years
It's
or a
gonna-
couple
it's gonna
months. It's
take
going to
three
take
more-
generations to get the
three
shit
more
straightened
Trump.
out.
I
That,
agree.
what about the Connecticut judge who just threw out the primary in Connecticut because he said the fraud was shocking. The amount of fraud, and he threw it out.
Was that the Democrat race?
I think
Was
so.
where
Yeah.
that-
Look
where
it
there
up.
was
Just
the
look up
Democrats that were-
Judge throws
No,
out.
that was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
get
it
that.
was like this Democrat, right? He called fraud, and it came to find out that his election was rigged. Is that the one you're talking about?
I don't know. The judge threw out a primary election just the other day, not too long ago.
Yeah, it was on
Like
Telegram
what
all
Chris
over the
said.
place.
Yeah, it was all over Telegram. And also, too, you got Wisconsin who said that the drop boxes aren't going to be used this time. They were illegal. So, I mean, we are making pluses. And there was reports in southern Georgia that they were using paper ballots in places where they were using machines before. So, I mean, that's been reported all over Telegram. So there are some things going on that we're just not hearing about, And
No, 'cause
Trump
they don't
came out
want
and
us to
said,
hear
Trump
about
said
it.
they will not do what they did last time. Now, how could he make a statement like that unless he knows something?
Don't know. He might be in jail.
Yeah. If you believe that, then,
Mr. Be great.
let's bet again on that one, Goose. I want to bet on that one.
Goose,
You
wants
owe
to bet
me.
again. He wants to bet again.
You know what, Bravo? I don't want to keep taking you freaking.
Yeah. I need
You know.
to get mine back from you now.
I'm trying.
All I'm saying is,
honestly,
no one's talking about Lahaina anymore. No
No.
one's talking about the Biden crime family anymore. No one's talking about East Palestine anymore. No one's talking about, well, someone's talking about the border. I mean, there's so many things that them
We're
not
still having
talking
train
about.
derailments all the time, and no one talks
Yes,
about that
we're not
anymore.
talking about
Amber,
that stuff. Yeah.
Amber,
Yeah.
we got so many topics.
Because they're
And
throwing
they
so
are-
many things out
And
there.
they are
Right.
so deep, and the rabbit hole is so freaking long.
They don't
I
talk
think-
about
I think
the
we're
contrails
faster.
or chemtrails going all over the place.
We know we are in trouble, and people
Our-
need to show up to freaking vote, and people need
Our
to start praying
focus
too.
has shifted completely to Israel, 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying don't give that notice. Obviously, give that notice. But the thing is, they're shifting us so much that it's up to you and I and the rest of the podcasters on there to keep reminding people what we need to focus on.
Yep.
So Joe Biden, there's so many things he can be impeached for. So I was told by my husband that when our military bases were bombed, he said that if you guys bomb us again, we're going to retaliate. Apparently, they've hit us 41 more times with nothing. Hello, impeachable. Get this man out. He's not protecting our soldiers or getting commands to protect our soldiers. He's not protecting the Americans at the border.
He did. He attacked. He bombed the shit out of freaking
One
empty
time,
building.
they retaliated 41
No,
more times.
he bombed an empty building.
Oh.
That's yeah.
Something we had to look at. Something we had to look at is we need to draw our attention from Israel and worry about our own damn country right now, because we have an alien invasion going on. And I know people hate to hear this, but why is it that 90% of the people coming across the border are military-age men?
I agree.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, we're going to be dealing with this soon, guys. I mean, I hate to say it.
It's going to be in our streets here pretty soon, because they're
Will
going to
be.
give the order and all shit's going to break loose.
And I don't really think we need to
guys,
go out
wake
into the
up.
inner cities and engage these people. I think you're going to have to guard your own neighborhoods. You're going to have to get with
That's
people,
it.
protect your own neighborhoods. Let the professionals go in and wipe these people out. I like I
I
said,
can guarantee you there's not enough police across America to
the
protect
police
us
aren't
from
going to
the
do
wall
it.
that's coming.
No, it's
The
going to
police
happen.
aren't going to do it. The
There ain't
police didn't
enough
handle-
daggone National
Yeah.
Guard right now to take
No,
care of the
there isn't.
problem.
The police didn't handle down in Louisiana after Katrina. They brought in the military and they took care of it. I know people that were down there. They
also
it
brought
was
in
done
the
2
daggone.
days. 2 days.
They also
It was
brought
done
in the
like-
Cajun Navy to help them get supplies around, because they didn't have any boats available. So they got them guys to say, "Yeah, we'll give you gas. Just take this stuff over there and get it to this place."
Man,
All
that's
I'm
what
saying
I mean,
is us
our government
podcasters.
has
freaking
failed
job.
us, and people don't understand it. Our government
Hey,
has
breaking
failed
news!
us.
Breaking news! Breaking news!
Uh-oh.
The government has failed. We all know that BS.
I thought you
A lot
were
of
talking
people
about
don't wanna
breaking
hear
news.
it.
Jim
Oh,
Jordan
that's
just
something
discovered that big tech collided with the government to censor U.S. American people from everyday podcasts.
I've got a lot of people around me that say, "Well, I'm not going to worry about it till it happens." I said, "It's already happening.
Guys,
Look at what's going on down on south of the
you-
border. Pretty
you
soon
are-
it's going to be
you
up
are
here, because it's not
forgetting.
that far
Right.
away."
And
You're
guys, what's the
forgetting
difference?
that-
People forget with Antifa and Black Lives Matter. What were they doing in the cities? They were staging areas with bricks. What happens when they containers full of guns show up?
Hey, what
And
was
these
that?
people start grabbing guns and start shooting
That
everyone.
was the last election, yeah.
Why do you
Last
think
right.
they
election,
want to
yeah.
disarm us?
How
Right,
we're
that's
sitting
why they
down.
want.
has
And-
anybody seen these articles? These people that are reporting that they're finding,
The car with tape and all that
yeah,
stuff.
the carts with
Yeah.
chained to like poles and stuff all throughout
Yeah,
in the cities.
with the
I
red
sent you
marker.
guys,
Yeah.
sent you guys that video. I mean, I've seen like different videos of people finding these carts. They're chained. And the stuff that's in the cart, you can't see what's in there because they're wrapped up with plastic, so it's all covered up. But these baskets are chained to like in different parts of the city. Like
Maverick,
With trees and signs and everything
Maverick,
else.
I went to 2 Walmarts here. I didn't see no freaking car with tape.
they're not at Walmart. I mean, this was New York.
Those
few
people are
videos that I
crazy.
saw, yeah,
Those
the
people
two
are
videos
crazy.
that I saw were. But I mean, it's
Our police system has failed us, because they should have been out there taking
absolutely.
those things and having them sent to the dump or sent somewhere to be seen what's
Well,
inside of them. But
inside?
they're
I
not going to
promise
do a
you, they're
damn
not going
thing
to
because
fail you.
they
I
like their
promise you.
paycheck and they like their power they have over the
No,
common
it's
citizen.
not that right. It's not that.
Yes, it is.
It's
No,
not.
I know a lot of
have
cops are
family in
crooked.
police. That's not
It's
what
not.
it is.
It's not.
They are
Raccoon, it's
so
not.
understaffed. They're
Yeah.
so overwhelmed with crime. They can't keep up. That's
How
what's
many
really
people-
happening.
How many cops does New York have?
Not enough. Not enough.
51,000 cops in New
And
York
how many-
alone.
how much is the
7,000, I think,
population
wasn't
in
it?
New
Something
York?
like that. Yeah.
How many workers do they have that drive around endlessly in trucks in New York City that work for the city? Thousands of them.
Talking about 51,000.
Give them bolt cutters, tell them put them damn things on the truck
I
and take them to
promise
a
you,
warehouse
I
somewhere
promise
and check
you.
them out.
for a population of what in New York City? I mean, all of
7
New York.
million.
7 million, I think it
7
is.
million
Then
about.
that
Probably more than that
51,
now since they're
it's
flooded with
understaffed.
immigrants.
51 things to do crap.
Yeah, but 51,000. I mean, that's more than
No,
most
they're not
countries
stopping
have.
crime,
Third world
though.
countries having armies.
They're not stopping crime. They're
Right.
just letting it happen. I mean, you see the
I don't
demonstrations in
think
New York
so.
City. They're not
Right.
They
doing
were some of the
anything. They're not
finest
calling
men
in the
in
National
America.
Guard to help out or
Rudy
nothing.
Giuliani was there. He
Stop bashing
utilized
the
them
police
properly.
officer, please. I think that 95% of the police officers do a great job.
Yep,
I don't know about that.
I do.
Well, you live in Montana. That's why you don't have that many officers there.
I lived in North
Well, they just
Carolina
need to.
too, and I seen a lot of goddamn crooked cops in
Yeah,
Fayetteville.
you need to
There's
start
Also
not
in
getting
as
Southern
higher
many
men with
crooked
Pines.
cops as you
integrity.
think.
Also in Louisville,
That's what
Kentucky.
happens
There's
when you
not.
drive drunk.
There's not.
They
I
got
mean,
to
you
hire
got
men
you
with
got you
integrity.
got good people everywhere. Check our
Yes, you
government.
do.
Why is it
But
that a
the
cop has to
majority of the
only have an
police,
80,
they go
an
up there to do the
85 on
job.
his daggone test to be a cop, and he doesn't even know what the Constitution is, and he violates the Constitution all the time? Figure it out, people. They don't care
they're not
about
the
you because they
enemy.
want to
They're not
save
the
their
enemy.
job and pay for their
Well,
rent,
Raccoon,
pay
now
for
you
their cars,
sound like you are a cop.
and they got a gun and a badge to let them do whatever
Well,
they want.
the
They
gun
can't
is
do
not to
whatever they
protect
want.
you.
Trust me, they can't do
No,
whatever
it's to
they
protect
The gun
them.
is to protect them. Remember, they're
Hey,
law
stop.
enforcement. They're
Don't use
law
our show
enforcement.
to hit on the cops. The
We're not
cops are
hitting
doing
on
a
them.
good
You
job.
just need to know what the fact is. Go look. There's a thing called no duty to protect. It was a
There you go.
huge case in Washington D.C.
Bravo. We
and
got
it came down that the
we got
police
one
have
of our
no duty
guests.
to protect us.
Bravo.
Goose is
We
flood you,
got
Bravo, because he doesn't want to
Bravo.
hear it.
We
Okay.
got one of our guests in our show that her husband is a police officer. Some respect, please.
Oh,
What about that one woman that was screwing 5 other officers in her thing, and then she blamed it on her
A
husband?
raccoon, that even happened in the
Okay?
army too. Come on, you serve the
right.
army.
It does. It does. It happens in all government areas. I know people who worked in the post office that did
It
the same
happens in
thing.
offices. I mean, people are going to have
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
It comes down to we need to hire people with integrity. You know, there needs to be
Bravo.
more.
That's kind of hard to find nowadays. So
Bravo, we know that society is decaying big time. It's hard to do that. But
our
I think
society
police
became
officers,
cancerous.
police officers are going to really some tough time. We need
But
to
they are
support
going through
our
tough
mom
times.
and blue.
But unfortunately, on these tough times, they look at all of us as their enemy. When you know what I mean, because I think they are overwhelmed.
I don't
You
have
know,
no problem with the police.
and they
I mean,
handle us like standardized process control.
They
Bravo,
do
how
not
many times
see
you
the
been stopped,
citizens
Bravo?
as
Bravo, how
problems.
many times you been stopped? 0.
They don't see you as a problem.
Ask me that, Goose. I've been stopped 3 times, and I
Because
was always
you
nice to
driving
the
drunk.
cop when
Because you
they
driving
did
drunk,
it. And
Raccoon.
one time they took me out of the
Driving
fucking
drunk.
car and put me in handcuffs,
I agree with you.
and I wasn't even doing anything. I was sitting on the side of the fucking road with my phone.
Bombers, man.
You
Come
can't
on.
be.
They said
You
I
can't
looked
be.
suspicious. They said I
Raccoon,
looked
you can't be.
suspicious.
You can be
Raccoon, didn't
peeing
you
right
read my
there in the
disclaimer
road.
when you got on here? Didn't you read the disclaimer I put there? The new.
Thank you, Maverick.
Let's
Don't be
drop-
cursing. I don't
let's-
curse anymore.
Let's try to calm down on the episode.
Amber,
I'll try to
Amber,
keep it. I'll try to
I'm
keep
gonna
it.
ask. I'm gonna ask the expert Amber because she's a spouse of a police officer. Amber, how tough it is right now for the police department and everybody around where you at? How tough it is for those
It's
officers?
bad and it's getting worse. There's not enough officers for every beat. They are so browbeaten. The workload is too much for any one person. The crime is going higher. We have the open borders. The morale is at an all-time low. It's horrible and it's scary because at any point in time, all these first responders with all their families are going to be the front lines when all this stuff kicks off. When these sleeper cells get activated. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to go home with no family members, no husbands, no dads, no brothers, systems.
You know what our sheriff said? He said, I support the Second Amendment because I only have 70 officers and I'm going to need your help when the shit hits the fan.
Well, bravo.
That's what he
That's
said.
what some of our
Bravo.
sheriffs say here in Arizona.
Bravo. That's a good comment, and that's what you need to stay. Don't be bashing the police officer.
Police.
Well,
I
he-
just,
I-
I just
I
think
don't
that
think- I don't
I
think
think that there's a
Bravo-
lot of crooked,
Yeah.
you know, the people at the top.
Okay.
Yeah,
You always
you
get
also
to the
have to
top.
understand.
Bad people.
You also have to understand that soft times made soft people. Now we're going through hard times, and the men have to get hard. And all these people who want to reverse off into, well, I'm a feminist, or I don't want to hurt anybody, are going to find out the hard way that their safety depends on them, not the police, not your
Raccoon.
neighbor, because they're going to have their own problems.
Raccoon, let me
And
ask
you're
you a
not going to be
question.
able to call the ambulance because they're going to be having problems.
Raccoon, let me ask you a question.
What?
Because you're the one who really coming out with a lot of ideas. What are you doing to make a difference in our country? That's what I want to know.
Well, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. I go
No,
to
don't come with
undisclosed
that
locations
BS.
sometimes to talk with people who are starting to put things together and
I
get
heard that.
things moving.
I heard that before. If I tell you I had to kill you, come on. I spent 20-some years in the army. I heard that many times.
I can't tell you what I do, but I will tell you this. I am working with good people who don't want to see the country go down the toilet. And that's where we're headed. We're going down the toilet, and people don't want to admit it. They think, well, I just have to buy one more TV set for my kid's bedroom and I'll be good. Yeah, but you might not get that TV set because right now our trade is kind of messed up and things aren't coming the way it was a few years ago. So bone up, reach down and put your big boy pants on. It's time to go to work. I mean, we're going to get what we deserve because we deserve nothing for the
Raccoon, I'm trying
attitudes
to
that
come out
people
with your
have in America.
profile. Raccoon, I'm trying to come out with your profile, but it's so hard. I mean, you go left, right, south, north, east.
What are you talking
mean,
about? Left, right,
they-
south, and north.
Because, you know, like me, I love my country, and I will do anything to defend my country. I think we got a lot of good people now. Now, let me tell you this. I know there's some people who are gay. Some people want to do that. I don't care if they want to be gay. I don't care if
I
they
don't
want to
either.
do whatever they want to. The thing that I care is about make sure our system, our education system, all the systems supposed to help our kids are being run correctly. I don't want my kids to be indoctrinated by nobody else. I indoctrinate my kids. I will teach them our Christian values and family values. That's the only thing
So what are you doing about
I'm
it?
looking for.
What are you doing about it though at the local level?
I do many things. I must serve this community every day. Maverick is a witness of that. And I'm right on, my brother. Every freaking day. Today.
Have you been
today
kicked out of? Have you been kicked out of a county meeting or a city meeting and told you can't come back no more? I have.
Well, because you got to find a way to talk. Maybe
No,
you're
it's because I
Montana,
brought up
Florida, they let you
questions
talk.
that they couldn't answer or didn't want to answer because they knew what was going on. Yeah, this is a small town,
Amber, did they
but
kick
we
you out
have
of any meeting?
some serious crimes going on, and nobody wants to address how to take care of them.
There are ways,
No,
Raccoon,
I haven't
to
been
talk to
kicked out of
people.
meetings.
I haven't
I
been
meet-
kicked out either.
I meet with the state legislators on a regular basis. I treat them with respect. I talk to city council members on a regular
I treat them with
basis.
respect too, but they shut me down.
And I don't know. I guess I have had better experience.
We're the only one that listen to Raccoon. That's it.
To Raccoon's point, though, they've gone after you guys as men, calling you guys toxic because you're masculine, because you guys are the
love that.
defenders of your family, the defenders of the community. And if they can convince you that you're weak and you're nothing and you're stupid and you have no value, then it's easier for them to take over a country because they've
Exactly.
convinced the strong men in our nation, and we need strong men. We cannot run this nation with just women. It's impossible. You need strong men just as much as you need women to run this country.
Just wait.
And
Yeah, just wait.
and they have tried to convince all you men that you mean nothing, you are nothing, you're just scum of the earth, you're dirt. But that's not true because you guys are the first line of protection for your community, but especially your family. And if they can convince you or not, then they win.
Mary, what do you think about that?
I think he's right. 100% correct.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know what? You know when a lot of these people are going to figure that out when the first bullets start popping off with some Hamas.
Bravo,
wicked ones.
don't promote violence. Be careful.
Oh,
What do you mean promote? I'm just saying what's true. It's already happened.
Well, guys, think about
If it
this.
happens here,
Think
then-
about
The
then
soy boys are going to have to belly up to the bar when it comes around to it because they're
when
not
we
yeah,
talk
all
going
you
about-
candy
when
asses
we
are going to have
talk-
to get off the computer and get out there. Come on.
Hey, when
I've
we
talked
talk-
to guys who say, well, I know all about war because I've got 1,400 hours on Call of Duty. I said, you don't know
gosh.
jack,
Yeah.
buddy.
Okay.
There are no
Guys.
timeouts and there are no do-overs.
This should not be a surprise. Like I told you a few minutes ago, only 1% of American people serve the armed forces. 1%.
Yeah,
You should have known that
exactly.
long time ago.
Oh,
But the thing that I want to tell you, be awake. Iran, Syria, freaking Iran, Russia, North Korea, and China. They're coming after us.
Oh, I want to first say, before I forget, to all of you men on the panel, anyone who's listening in chat, thank you for serving our country. I appreciate for you guys putting your life on the line to watch out for the homeland and keep our Constitution. And I appreciate each one of you that are on this panel and those in chat.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Amber.
paying your
Appreciate that.
taxes. It made it worthwhile because nobody likes working for free.
I'm trying to honor you, Raccoon,
kinda
for
shut
what
it
you
down.
chose to do.
I know. I'm just saying, thanks for paying your taxes. It made it worthwhile. You know,
Oh,
it's kind of hard to just live on the barracks food. You know, you got to go outside and go to a diner somewhere just to get away from the food you're being fed in the army. You know,
Yeah,
You want
army
some
food
junk
was
food.
good.
I'm not
Come
saying
on,
it's
Raccoon.
bad. I'm just saying sometimes you want to go out and have a beer, but you know, if you don't have any money because nobody's paying taxes,
Raccoon,
can't
I'm
do
gonna
that.
I'm gonna call you out here, okay? Because you joined almost the same time I did before I did.
Almost.
You used to have breakfast, you used to have lunch, dinner, and after dinner. You those good
I
things.
spent many months eating C rations and MREs for my meals, and I didn't bitch and complain about it.
You were medic, of course, most likely.
No, I wasn't a
mean,
medic at that
I
time. I
was-
was an infantry soldier. I was in the infantry first for 4 years
Exactly. I
with
was
the
the infantry.
04.
I was the infantry 24 year, Raccoon,
Yeah.
and I love all the.
I decided
24
I
years.
knew how to kill people. I wanted to save some of them.
There you go.
That's what you do. You can't kill them. You save them.
I could kill them left and right, but I wanted to save some. I already learned how to commit the sin. I wanted to kind of buy it back.
Hey, Goose, did you see the lady Christy? Remember the one from Miami? Christy
Hutcherson?
Casper? She lost.
Christy Hutcherson?
No, but she Christy Casper. She was running for commissioner
She
in the city of Miami, District 2, but she lost.
she lost by how many?
Bro, she only got like 4% of the vote. Pretty bad.
Hey, that commissioner has been there for many years. Many years.
I know. So she
Well,
was up.
she-
She was up against a tough battle.
No, she was running against a Latino.
But I mean, there was a lot. There was quite a few people running. I was looking it up today for that seat. But it looks like the guy who had it got it back. I mean, he just won again.
It's hard to remove those
Yeah.
dinosaurs. It's hard to move those dinosaurs. They got the money, they got the power, and they got the vote.
Yeah.
See, like you said, Mary, in the beginning, most likely you're right. A lot of people don't care about these elections right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Fortunately, they don't. I mean, these are elections, but people don't think, and and like we were talking about earlier, Republicans don't come out. I mean, Democrats they go, they vote for anything. But
I told Bravo to vote 5 times on Carolina, but he don't want to do it.
when you got abortion on the ballot, I mean,
Yeah, but that abortion bill in Ohio. It was crazy. Amber, did you read it?
Did you see the ad to the abortion? It was like a Barbie ad. They were trying to
No,
take Barbie
but
and
it was
talk about.
confusing. They were like
Arby's
No,
saying
needs
it's
that
stuff.
really
food
sad.
additive,
I
people.
don't believe that
And
wins organic. I believe they're still fixing elections left and right here. It's
they
just
are.
easier.
They are.
You know, on the off year, it's a lot easier for them to cheat. They don't have to cheat as much. I mean,
Bravo.
they just
When
put in
we
a
don't
few
show
extra votes
up.
and they win.
Bravo. When we don't show up.
I just wish the Democrats would talk about the side that happens to women after they commit abortion and what they feel like afterwards. And no one talks about that. So all these women go in there thinking it's not really a baby. And then when they have the abortion, all the regret that lasts them their entire life and how sad they get right after that happens. And they don't tell women about that.
Because
And
they
just
died.
remember, they don't burn or bury those abortions.
No,
Okay?
they don't.
They
They
don't
use
throw
it
them
for
away.
organ harvesting. They use it
They also
for
use them for food additives. Look at the shit that McDonald's puts in their food. They've
Raccoon, they're
already
gonna
been
use
traced down
you.
several times.
Raccoon, when you die, they're gonna use you too. If you have any good part.
I mean, I'm being cremated.
Don't they
You are?
put something with babies in Pepsi? No, Bravo.
Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Heinz ketchup. I can go on with the list if you want me to. I've got a list right here.
What is that called? I've heard of this. There's an ingredient.
FEG, FEK 298 and FEG. Okay.
Oh, my friend Clay knows this.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of
about it.
different
There's,
names they have for different companies, but they use aborted tissue. And people don't want to understand that, don't want to believe it. But that's just a small thing. Think of the chemicals that's coming from the petroleum industry and the mining industries that go into everything you're eating right now.
Yeah, but it's
everything.
Look on the label, and it'll say bioengineered food ingredient on everything.
Right.
Bioengineered
You know what this
means that they
is?
cut it up and put it through the blender and strained it.
It's baby liver enzymes, and what they do is that after they take that original baby liver, fetus liver enzyme, and then they just keep growing it over and over again and using it in everything. Kraft uses it as a flavor enhancer. Pepsi, Coke. There was a couple other ones.
There's another name.
They also use kidney tissue too.
They use it as a number.
So bad.
Well,
FEG is kidney tissue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Oprah uses the penile skin in her makeup.
Oh yeah, they use that for not makeup. It's to help with the wrinkles, and then they'll take
that's makeup to me.
massager.
They smear it on their face. Makeup.
It's baby
they'll take
foreskin.
this massager after they do that with the foreskin. They use it as
These people are diabolic and they're trying to destroy God's creation.
This is on a spiritual level. This is forced cannibalism. They're forcing cannibalism on us because they know. Remember, these people are occultists. They know it brings a curse on us, and they're forcing us to do it without us even knowing it. You know what I mean?
We were told not to be cannibals, and you go back to the Bible when it says, "Cain, where's your brother?" I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? Think about it. Cain and Abel, cannibal. He ate him. That's why he was banished.
But Cain didn't eat his brother. He just murdered his brother.
Yeah.
No, he ate his
Bible
brother
doesn't say
too.
if he ate him, but it says he murdered.
Well, that's
then his blood cried out.
If you dwell into the books that have been taken out, and some of them have been leaked out, you see it in the translation. Cain ate Abel. That's why he was banished.
Yeah, and Canaanite books that are out there. It wouldn't surprise me. Well, you know, the Khazarians, they claim to be from the Canaanites. You know that? The Canaanite bloodline.
Yep. Where did the Canaanites originate from? Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar was the king and got himself taken out by God, who destroyed Babylon and said, "I will run your land wasteless."
You know, I'm glad
we
you brought
have
up
the
Babylon.
Middle East. There ain't nothing out there growing, and I've got petrified wood from the Middle East.
I am so glad you brought that up.
Where did it come from if it was always a desert?
There's forests too. There was like in my dad's country in Israel.
I'm talking about petrified wood in the middle of the Sahara Desert. Where did it come from?
The flood. Noah's flood.
Yeah.
Could be from before that too.
I think it's the flood. So I'm glad you brought up Babylon because I want to something just like I was talking to Dr. Stella earlier this week, and she brought up Amos, and she also brought up Babylon. And when she was talking, I just felt like the Lord brought it into my spirit that even though the Israelites went into captivity with Babylon, God still used his people with the captors. And what ended up happening with King Nebuchadnezzar? He became so crazy, like he was an animal, because God did this to him because he was rejecting the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he was like that, what was it, 7 years or something like that? Until one day he decided he wanted
7 years for
to
being
follow
hard-headed.
the God of Daniel.
7 years for being hard-headed. Yeah.
Yes.
Nebuchadnezzar was also being driven by Satan, because what is not too far from there?
But
Then,
my point
The
Raccoon,
mountain where
we all
Satan
know
was
that.
banished to.
For you to
God
be like that,
used
It
Daniel.
all goes together, though, Moose or Goose. It all goes together.
Moose. That's a good one.
God
call me
used
Moose,
Daniel.
Moose from Montana.
He used the three Hebrew boys, and it introduced the king to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he turned his life and gave it over to God. So God even uses us. Like right now, we have captivity. We're being captive by the globalists, right? God is still
Yep.
at work using us to do something in the realm. So let's not
Amber.
forget that we're being
Amber, let me
used
ask
right
you a
now
question.
for God's kingdom.
Amber, let me ask you a question. You know what's going on in our country with the Palestine people? Okay.
Yes.
It's a lot of stuff that we don't know, how these lands got divided and all that kind of stuff. But let's take that out of the question right now. So our country are really hitting really hard Israel right now, mostly in our colleges. So how you feel that out of nowhere somebody attack you, kill your family, kill your kids, and then somebody want you to stop and have peace talk after they kill all you people? How you feel about that?
I think that you have the right to defend yourself.
I agree.
That's what I think. Is it
Exactly.
By
right
any
to
means
murder? No,
possible.
but if you have the right to defend yourself, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's why we have the Second Amendment. So if someone comes at me with my family, I have the right to defend myself.
And
Israel
that's
has the
what's
right to defend themselves.
and United
In
States
other places in
telling
the world, you don't have that
is
right, though.
My
United
point
States
is, God
telling
gives us the right to defend ourselves.
United States telling Netanyahu, please have a peace talk.
Yeah.
They
Now,
always do that to him, or whoever the prime minister is. They always say that. Have you seen the pattern?
Well, and he said no. He said he's not going to
he's
cease
not
fire.
going
And
to.
Biden shouldn't have stopped bombing. Who was it bombing us from Turkey or whatever that was bombing our bases? So they bombed
Yeah,
us 41 more times and we do
from
nothing.
Iran and Syria. Yes, Amber,
You
I
also
already
have to
told you
remember they're all Muslims there too, Shiites and Shias.
we attack few empty buildings, so that's good training.
Yeah.
You crack me up, Goose. That's why I
Yeah.
love you being my friend. You make me laugh.
One of our agencies probably told me get out of there. They were 15 minutes from doom,
Thank
so
you,
they all
Raccoon.
took
You're
off.
right.
I
Raccoon,
said-
that's how it works. Yeah. And get out. I got it ready to
Yep.
go there next morning. Yeah.
Well, we
That's how our country's
we
operate.
always tell them ahead of time what we're going to do. All right, we're going to bomb
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And we give a chance to get out first, and then we bombed the shit out of a building that they weren't in anymore. You know.
But I
Yeah.
just don't think people understand what we're going to get ready to go through.
Well,
Just
I
because
want
it's
you
never
to
happened here
remember.
before.
I just want you to
because it's never
remember,
happened.
God is at work, and just like He used the Israelites in captivity in Babylon and turned a king's heart to God, He's doing the same thing in our captivity and in our moment, because people
Well,
are now more talking about
I have
God
a
than ever
question
before.
I have a question for Amber. When does the 7-year tribulation start, or has it already started?
I have a whole different perspective on the book of Revelation than the average Christian. And if you read it carefully, in the first chapter of Revelation, it says that the tribulation is currently happening. So when John was writing it in the island of Patmos, he was telling us that the tribulation was happening as soon as Jesus Christ left this earth. And now it's just been a countdown to the return of Jesus ever since. So I am not on the mainstream Christianity bandwagon about the 7 trib, post-trib, mid-trib. We're in it now. So that's my perspective.
That's what I've been telling people too. Y'all call me crazy.
I don't think you're crazy. I think as soon as Jesus Christ left this earth, tribulation began. It's not going to stop until his return.
It doesn't say that we started the tribulation back then.
Well,
in the very first chapter of Revelation, he talks about him going through us going
well,
through
bravo.
tribulation.
That's your faith. Okay,
Yeah.
Your faith might say something else. We
Because
got different faith. I do believe
It's all in
I
interpretation, guys.
do believe that we're in tribulation right
Because
now.
you got to remember, it's Jacob's trouble, and Jacob's trouble lasts 7 years.
That's
Jacob is Israel, right? So all this stuff happens over in Israel and everything like that. Of course, it's going to affect the whole world when it happens, but it's basically God. It's God dealing with Israel again. You know, what I mean, and really the Gentiles, when the time of the Gentiles are full, then he goes back to and starts dealing with Israel again. You know,
God deals with Israel all the time.
He never stopped pursuing the lost.
Yes.
What would you think? What would you think if you finally realized that the UN is trying to set Armageddon by having this war? Because they've already talked about unleashing nukes right now.
Oh, I know. They couldn't get it started in Europe. Now they're going to do it in the Middle East, and next thing they're going to do it in China.
And you know what? God sits on his throne and laughs, and he says, "Jesus, you really think they can get us to go quicker than our time frame? Aren't they silly humans?"
But
we have the ability to blow up the earth 25 times with the nuclear arsenals we have around the world, and everybody's under a total annihilation agreement right now.
That won't happen. That won't happen.
You can't say that. You can't. You get some crazy suckers out there that wants to play, and they say, "Hey, let's just end this game right now and start launching
it's not time
missiles."
yet for that kind of stuff. So
we don't know. We don't know.
Don't scare our listeners. You want to have that show? Have that show at 2:00 in the morning.
Okay, I'll be ready for it.
That's what I do. I listen to the show at 2:00 in the morning. I will go to your show.
There's nothing you and I could do to up God's timeline. When he wants to return, that's when he returns.
You're right.
So they might have the capability to blow up this earth, but until God says it's go time, there's nothing mankind's going to do that will end life on earth.
I don't believe this is the time for us to go in total nuclear war. I think there's going to be a Cuban Missile style crisis that the whole world's going to see play out. And I think it's going to start in the Middle East right now. You know, I think that's what's coming.
Bravo, you're right about that. I mean, we know.
And they're going to say the only way we can stop this if all the countries drop their guard and become a one world order. That's what they want.
Guys, just want to give you advice. All this what's going on is above you pay grade.
Yeah.
Let God take care of this. Your part is to pray. Pray for our country to make sure God heal our land.
Pray for
in the meantime, stock up on your water.
Well, that's true too. But pray over our elections that either God protects the elections or he uses it as a time to reveal all the corruption behind the elections. Either way, we win. I've been praying every day for our nation. I pray for the medical kidnappers, the kids that have been kidnapped medically. I pray for the kids that have been sex trafficked. I pray for, that God is going to restore our land. I mean, every day I lift up our nation in prayer in some fashion or another. Because that's the way we're going to do it. And like, God, here am I, send me. God, what do you want me to do today? Who do you want me to talk to today?
To Goose.
My dog. That's my dog.
Oh, it's your dog.
His name is Goliath, and he's a tiny terrier.
Make sure you feed your dog, please.
Yeah, feed your dog.
I thought it was my dog. She's out here.
He already ate. Maverick, you're not
Oh,
saying much. I'd love
Only
your opinion.
the only thing we can do though is prepare for it by not just praying, but also stocking up on what you can get a hold of for your survival.
I agree with you.
Without that, you're not going to last very long.
I agree with you. I mean, be prepared. There's nothing wrong with that. And Dr. Stella talks about on my show. She has a way for each one of us to be prepared medically. She has kits and medicines already set up. All you have to do is set up a telemed appointment. You use my name, you get a discount. Amber May, Amber. If you go to drstellamd.com, you can get medically prepared. Then there's ways to get food prepared, and there's a way to get water prepared. I mean, I think what you're saying, Rocky, is so smart. I mean, we should be prepared, right?
Now, people
And if nothing
also
happens,
have
then we have all this stuff. Great. Wonderful.
people also have to understand that before we had a medical industry in our country, people made their own bandages because they knew that they had to boil the daggone material, cotton material, to get it clean and make their bandages and have them ready, and how to sew up a wound, because like I said earlier, EMS ain't going to help you. The hospitals will probably be swamped or closed or bombed out. You have to defend yourself, and you have to get the knowledge behind you to stop the bleeding, to take care of broken bones. And yet people say, oh, well, you have to have a doctor for that. They didn't have doctors back before they had doctors in the 20s setting bones everywhere, because some people live so remotely, they had to do it themselves, and they had to trial and error it. And that's what you got to do. You got to sit down and say, okay, what do I have to do here? I got to think about what I'm doing. And I tell people, practice, practice, practice. And when you think you got it down wholeheartedly, bring your friends over and have them start aggravating you while you're trying to do it, so you can get the stress underneath your belt to get it done and be proficient at it. Because you can practice all you want and not have the stress. And then when you're in the heart of battle or the heart of an emergency, you're freaked the heck out, and you're not going to be able to do your job. And your job is to save that person, because he might be covering your six.
yeah.
So we have to practice these things, and people don't want to do it because it takes time away from their TV set. They've been indoctrinated with the television. We need to get back on track, and we need to do it fast.
It's not
Like
even TV.
3
People
years
don't
ago.
really watch TV. They're phone. That's where the problem
There's a
is.
lot of
Praise
people
God,
that watch
that's where we're
TV
at.
that say everything's fine.
Look
The
at
phone.
all of
Yeah.
us are on the phone right now. Praise God. We're actually getting to reach people, to get them, okay, prepare. Great idea. Pray. We need to be praying. We need to be, God, how this problem is too big for Maverick, Rocky, myself, Goose, Eric. It's too big for all of us. It's too big. But with God, all things are possible, right? When Daniel went against Goliath, he was one man going against Goliath, this biggest, ferocious soldier, taller than he was. He 10 feet tall, 11 feet tall. He was huge.
Some crazy.
This guy was gigantic, right? And he had the Israeli army that was too chicken to go against the
You mean
Philistines. And
King
God
David?
used one man. God
You mean
used one
King
man
David,
for
yeah.
Moses. God used one man called Daniel and three guys called Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And God shut the lion's mouth so Daniel could live, because all Daniel did was obey God. It said, there'll be no other gods before me.
That's
And he
right.
prayed daily.
That's right.
He
Yep.
prayed daily to God, even though the law of the land said you're only going to pray to Nebuchadnezzar or to whatever. No, he shut the mouth of the lion, and Nebuchadnezzar was so upset about that, being tricked into signing a wicked law, because
Daniel was
he wanted
smiling.
his friend Daniel alive, but yet he couldn't retract what he just did. So
No,
God shut the lion's mouth, and the king came ferociously. Daniel, are you alive? He couldn't even sleep that night.
he was
right?
smiling. Yeah, he was
Couldn't
smiling.
even sleep. And then the king saw there was a fourth man in the fire. A fourth man that was what we now know as Jesus Christ, was the fourth man in the fire, protecting the Hebrew boys from being thrown into the fiery pit. Now remember, the Bible says that they turned up the heat, and even the person who was next to the furnace died because it was so hot. And yet the Hebrew boys walked out without even the smell of fire on their clothes. And then what else did he use? He used Jonah to go to the Ninevites. Who else did he use? He used 300 men to fight the Midianite army, and they didn't even have to lift a sword. He just had to break some glass and shout at the top of his lungs, Gideon with his 300 army, and the Midianites killed themselves. I mean, there's
You look
stories
at
after
Jericho.
stories about one or two people. We all say we have to wake up the masses. I don't think so, because
Hey.
God could use a very small amount of people and do big things.
God look in the Bible, he always used one man or one woman to do his. That's why when people say, well, Donald Trump can't do everything. If God puts him in there to do it, he could do everything. He could direct everything.
Well,
He would be like
bravo.
the face of it.
He need a lot of
And-
help from God.
David fought Goliath, Eric. Yeah.
David fought. I mean, Elijah.
Elijah, yes,
there's a
with
ton of them.
the going up with
Moses,
the Baal gods and God, and so he was like getting he was like kind of tormenting, like kind of teasing the false prophets, saying, how about this? You have your altar, I'll have mine, and we're going to call upon God, their God, or my God, and whoever drops fire from the sky, we will know that is the true God. And he waited. They prayed all day to their false God, right? Not one fire from the sky to do this altar, to cook the meat on the altar, right? And Elijah was just teasing them until the end of the day. Elijah called his own God, and fire fell from the sky and hit the animals on the altar and cooked the altar. And it showed all the false prophets who the one true God was. I mean, over and over again.
It wasn't
one man.
It didn't just cook what was on top of it. He dumped water on top of it first,
right.
and the
Yes.
water was scarce. Right. And then it came down and consumed the whole altar and took it to heaven. There was nothing left there. And and they were like,
I have to go. My kids just got home. Bye bye.
Just think about it for just a second. Everybody who God called on was a common man.
That's right.
Moses was a common man, and he was told to lead the Jews into the forest. Okay? They spent 40 years out there wandering around, and he tried to make amends with God and brought down 10 commandments, and these people still wanted to worship a bull. And he said, no, you can't do that. We have to do it this way. And he went back up to get more fortification from God that this has to be done. And then later on, he had to free him across the Red Sea, or the whatever area you want to think about, from Egypt back over to the Promised Land, Judea, not Israel, Judea.
Well, look how forgiving God is. I mean, he gives them how many chances? Yes. Like the first time, the reason, Moses killed a Egyptian guard to save a Hebrew, and then later on, his own people turned him in and said, "There's the one that killed him," and he had to flee into the wilderness. So they had to wait another 40 years, because then he stayed in the wilderness for 40 years, got married, came back again, and then brought him out again, and they had to wander in the wilderness for 40 years because they were murmuring and complaining and everything.
Bravo, you can't compare those people with Trump. Trump cursed too much and lied too much.
You also have to understand
those people didn't lie,
who the lineage involved. You have to also understand the lineage involved. Okay?
I want to hear it.
Abraham, not Abraham. Moses was the grandson of who?
Mary, what you say?
Noah. David was the grandson of who?
Okay, hang on, Rick. Hang on a second. Hey, Goose, what were you saying? What were you saying, bro?
That you want me to repeat that?
Yeah, because
all those people that you guys mentioned, they were humble people that didn't curse, didn't do bad things, and were aligned with God. But Trump.
What? You're talking about nasty ass fishermen who probably curse every other word out of them.
Bravo. But Trump
talking about people who were slaves to the Egyptians too.
But Trump out of control. Trump
come
cursed, We want a
Oh,
lot
come
of
on,
shit.
Goose. Trump is out of control because he's got to make people mad because they're too used to being in that position to where they don't
You
have
guys
anything to
trying to
offend them.
compare people to
What,
Trump, and
what
No,
Trump
I'm
is
people
not
not
don't
trying
like
to
that.
realize is
compare
that
Trump to anybody.
even King Nebuchadnezzar, when he finally saw the three Hebrew children in the fire with Jesus, well, they say.
Bravo, we all know that. Bravo, we all know that. We know
What do you
that.
mean? No,
It
We
seems that
read
you don't
that. We read the
understand it,
same
yeah,
Goose,
you
thing.
don't
because you
understand.
keep
Why
bringing
you
it
mean I
up.
don't understand?
He
But
said,
when
"Come on
we're
out,
talking about
you
Trump,
worshipers of the
I'm
Most
not
High
talking
God."
about
Even knows.
King David, stuff like that. I'm talking about Trump. Trump today. What he gonna do for our country? How he gonna get out
Trump
of the
is going
place
to
that
be
he's
the
at?
one to sling the stone into the middle of the forehead of the
Yeah.
world organizations that control everything.
Believe him
To
when he
take
says,
that
"I'm
God
going to
down.
obliterate the deep state." What's
Mary, make
left
sure
of it?
you keep this
That's
show
what he says.
with really
I
bold
take him
letter.
at his word. I take him at his word.
Maverick, please. I believe that Trump already did what he's supposed to. He did it, and he did a good job. But
But
when
you want
God,
DeSantis,
when
who's also
God,
in there with the rest of those guys. Oh, I
when God,
understand.
Hold it.
when
DeSantis with his high heel cowboy boots. You know, like
Yeah.
you see where his heels like go up like a
you know,
stiletto.
Raccoon, I understand you live in a state that you don't have a freaking governor, you just have a mayor, but like a mayor. But we do have a
Yeah,
governor here,
Goose.
Raccoon. We
There's
do, and
no
the guy's done,
comparison to either
and
one
the
of them,
guy's
okay?
done many good things for our state. So I'm gonna vote for the
I
guy
have less people
who
in my
done good
entire state
things.
than you have in Miami, okay?
I don't live in
But
Miami,
yet
big
we're a
guy.
little bit
I don't.
freer.
We don't live in Miami. You got that wrong once again. Okay, we're just telling you. I mean, I'm gonna vote for Trump if Trump the nominee, but DeSantis a good nominee
You
too.
show
Just
me
saying.
a person that, Goose, you show me a person that's without sin, I'll vote for him wholeheartedly without thinking any more
I
about it.
never.
But there
Don't
aren't
put words
any.
in my
There aren't
mouth. Don't
any.
put no words in my mouth.
There are
Nobody's
not
perfect.
There is no
anybody on
perfect
this
person
planet.
out there.
Thank you, Bravo.
God
Nobody's
uses
perfect.
not
Yeah.
people that aren't perfect, for God's
The
sake.
thing that I don't like is where people like Goose was saying, they compare Trump to,
To
you
King
know,
David, you out
yeah,
of your mind, Bravo.
exactly. I mean,
I didn't.
King
I don't.
David. Yeah, we didn't. You're misinterpreting things we're saying. I think. I don't know what your deal is.
I'm not
I think he
talking
went to the
about Bravo.
bathroom and came back in mid
I don't know.
sentence.
Yeah,
I'm not,
yeah.
I'm not talking just about Bravo, Goose. I mean, you hear it all the time. Oh, like Trump's like a saint or something, and
No, that was Obama. Remember every picture of Obama, they had the little halo on him and all that shit, saying that he was the Messiah and everything. Come on, that was Obama, guys.
Hey, don't piss Obama because then
Jeez.
Michelle's gonna run.
exactly.
I'll settle the argument real quick.
Here we
They didn't
go.
like
Don't
Trump
go with
because
President.
they weren't able to buy him off and make him part of them.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we know
But you
that.
know what's wrong for us to say that he already done his job? It's time for him to move up and let a young guy like DeSantis to take over.
Just like Obama with
Because
the
they
second
stole the
term, he
last one
screwed
from
up
him.
everything.
Right. Because they stole the last one. He should still be in there right now, but they stole it. So you know what? He needs to get back in there.
And it's
finish
very evident they stole it.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I tend to, agree a little bit with on this one. I mean, I've always said I think we need younger. We need a younger thing in here. And the old guys. I don't understand why anybody that age would want to be president. I mean,
that's
whether
one
you're
thing.
77 or you're 80, I don't understand why anybody would want to be president.
Bravo, because we say
What?
that we like the Santos. That don't mean we don't want to vote for Trump. That's my opinion. I think the Santos doing a great job. Now there's some people that come out with some crazy shit and talk things that don't really make sense. But the Santos doing a good job on our state. And if he do the same thing he did in our state, he could run our government too, our be president. Now,
No, he is doing a good job. We're just making fun of him because he has these specially made cowboy boots that
So
are like
what? What
high
does that?
heel shoes.
What does that have to do with anything? I mean,
He's a fake.
Funny, you ever-
Just wait. Just wait. You're going to see his true colors come out.
Put a wig on, but you know,
would wear a pair of
don't
shoes
say
like
about
that to try to make themselves, having chick heels.
You see, Bravo, you are talking like Trump now. Oh, you see Marco Rubio's hand?
exactly.
It doesn't mean I don't like him. I just think it's funny.
But you acting like he is. Oh, he wear cowboy boot to look taller. But what's wrong with that? It doesn't
It's
matter
not
to me.
cowboy
Hey,
boots.
it doesn't. What difference does it make?
Yeah,
You have to understand.
high
Donald
heels.
Trump was
You're
a
a high heel
CEO,
shoe.
a company head, and we were in a hostile takeover. And if Hillary would have got in, none of us would be on the radio right now.
Or
We'd all be
Raccoon.
dead.
We didn't say that he didn't do a good job. I just told you I think he did a good job and got remove him.
Who
That's
did
it.
you vote for when Obama was doing his thing? A lot of people said he was doing great
Bravo.
for us, but
Guys
he
in
wasn't.
control.
He
Remember
destroyed the
that.
country.
Bravo. Guys in control all the time.
Right.
He knows what he's doing.
No, Goose. No,
Trust
you know,
God.
I said that years ago. I said the same thing, and you guys jumped all over me for that. I
Yeah.
said I believe
Don't
that.
listen to Trump.
I
Stop
believe the same
listening to
thing.
everybody else.
God might be,
Mary, you
Trump
know
might
I
be
didn't vote
the
for
modern
Trump
day.
first. You know that.
No,
Trump might be the modern day David, and everybody laughed
You
at him
see-
because he walked
you
out
see
with a
Raccoon?
sling and took out the
Mary,
giant
you
everybody
see-
was afraid of.
I heard him.
Everybody
You heard that?
laughed
He compared Trump to King David. You see that?
Yeah, I'll
David was
compare
a
him to.
stinky
Let's
old
see. I'll
shepherd.
compare him to.
He was a stinky
I can
old
compare him to a
shepherd,
lot of
David
people who
was.
everybody said, "Oh, that was God's person. God chose him." How do we know he wasn't chosen? Because nobody wants to give him a chance. He's already showed us what he could do in 4 years. What could he do in 8 years?
Right.
Maybe God got
I
a
mean,
different plan.
I mean, when you gotta
Maybe he
remember,
does. We don't have we don't have an idea. Like you said, that's above our pay grade.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes,
Right.
that's right.
We may have the Israelis putting out the false prophet now, since they do have the temple built, and there's some guy crawling around saying he's a false prophet or he's the new Messiah. That
the
was
guy
in
from California.
Revelations,
That's
okay?
the guy from
About
California.
well,
when that
they, what
happens,
they are talking
it's
about.
Armageddon time.
They are
That's
talking about with the whole corporation thing expiring on October 30th or whatever it was, and they're saying
October
I thought already
3rd.
expired.
yeah, and
I
they're
thought
saying
already
that new
expired.
leadership inside wants to build the new temple. I'll tell you right now, people,
It's
if
already
if
been
that
built.
temple goes
It's
up,
Bill. It's
you
just
better have
missing-
your bags
I
packed.
think it's missing few things, Raccoon. Yeah, like few things are missing to be completely artifacts.
No, they have
Few
everything.
artifacts. No,
They've
they're
got
When you're
missing
talking
one
about the four
artifact.
horsemen, we've already have 3 of them already unleashed on the world right now. They've been
Well,
there for a
anyway,
long time.
If Trump get it, hey, if he's the nominee, we don't have no another choice but to vote for Trump. Of course, we will.
Yeah, you do. You can not vote.
No, I won't. I will vote. I will go there and vote 6 times.
Go there and
Everybody,
vote
else,
6 times. I don't care.
everybody
Well,
else
you
doing
could
the same
probably,
thing.
Goose, you could probably get away with that, but we're white guys and we can't.
Yeah,
They'll throw our asses in jail.
I'm still working. I'm still working on finding that white privilege
Hey,
card. I haven't found
bravo,
it
Yeah, I
yet.
know.
bravo. I say I couldn't
That's
read.
some of
I
our white
couldn't read.
privilege.
Yeah.
I would say, hey, somebody told me I can vote 6 times.
When
Well,
all this is over, then we can look back at it and say, damn, all of our conspiracies that everybody laughed at came true.
well, you know
All
what,
Right now, we're
Raccoon?
like
If that
well,
really,
well, getting off
Raccoon,
all,
if
getting
that
off
really
all that.
happened, I will make sure you receive a freaking brand new cow for your ranch.
I don't want a brand new house. Hell, I'm 68 years old. I
He
don't
said
need
new
another
cow.
goddamn house, man.
New cow.
Cow, not a house.
He said a new cow. Yeah,
No,
not
a
a new
house.
I don't need a new town. I'm happy where I'm at.
Not a
A
cow.
I
cow.
know the people around here.
Cow. Moo moo.
A cow. Moo.
Cow, well, hell, I'll just
Moo.
put the damn thing in the freezer. I got my meat saw right next to me here.
All right.
Raccoon, he came.
I know my signal's getting broken up sometimes. I think somebody's playing
Now,
with me out
right
here.
now he's playing Grandpa. Yeah. What do you say?
No, I'm not playing Grandpa. My signal's going in and out right now. And sometimes you guys are all garbled. And I got to walk over to the door and face an opposite direction to get a signal back.
All right.
And I'm right on the major highway, so, we have a lot of daggone feds going into the reservation all the time. They could be scrambling.
Well, getting back to current events again, we got shit coming. They've let in a fifth column for the last 10 years, and we got big troubles coming here. They always plan it out, like when they crash the banks in Cyprus to see how that happens and how the people respond. They do now. They do this thing with the going into Israel and wiping out families and all that stuff. They're testing the water. They're doing all this shit because they're going to do it big in this country.
Did I send you guys the video of
and Germany and France and Spain and Italy,
Portugal,
and Portugal?
Bravo, can we allow Maverick to speak? Go ahead, Maverick.
Go ahead, Maverick.
No, I said, did I send you guys the video of the guy was standing there watching all the, different ones come off the buses and stuff. And as they come off, he asked where they come from. So he's asking this guy, the one black guy, where he came from. And he said he came from Africa. He said, "Oh, so what brought you here? Why are you here?" And he said, "First, we're going to be security." And he goes, "What do you mean you're going to be security? Security for what?" But you couldn't understand. The guy didn't speak really great English, but he kept saying that they were here to be security.
Right. This is Obama's secret security force that he couldn't get any other way. This is how he's going to populate it.
Yeah.
They're going to hire all these people, and then when we fight these people, all these people that they brought in and they hired for this mercenary team, they're going to say that it's a civil war and come after us. That's how they're going to play it.
Did you hear about the 25-year-old that was picked up by an Uber driver and he paid with a UN credit card?
I heard that. I don't know where I heard that at, but I did hear that.
Well, how about
we have our alien invasion in place right now.
Yeah. How about the one where they're showing them all sitting down and they said, "Where are you going? New York."
Yeah.
Where are you going? Chicago. Where are you going? First they asked where they're from. They said Africa, New York, India, Chicago. I mean,
I was watching one. There was a lot of from India.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A lot of them from Pakistan and some of them are coming in from
North
Iran.
Africa. A lot of them from North Africa.
Yeah, a lot of them from the Sahara area of Africa and the Middle East, and nobody gives a damn about it.
Yeah, I mean,
just weld the gates open and let them flow through. We'll put them on buses and fly them and give them money and everything, so you clear everything up.
Raccoon, what can you do?
You really have to be an idiot not to see it. I mean,
there's a lot of idiots here.
What I'm saying, guys, when the shit comes down,
there's no women and there's no
don't
children.
worry about the big cities. Worry about
I know, Raccoon. A lot of idiots. You're right.
Well, common sense runs pretty thin in the United States right now because most people will soon cherish an entertainer of some sort over God, or they will cherish an item over God. Those people are not going to make it.
And I agree with what Bravo just said. I mean, you don't worry about the cities, what's going to happen in the cities.
Yeah.
We need to worry about what's going to happen outside the cities because eventually
worry about your own
right.
town.
Because if they wander out to your neighborhood, you know it's not a good thing. You know what I mean? So you know what to do. And I believe
know people already have range cards made up to take out the bridges and shit.
With Juan O'Savin's been saying in the last few interviews, he said that even the Patriots don't understand how bad it's going to get. He goes, "We're going to come out of it." He goes, "But it's going to get bad." And people need to wake up and be prepared, be ready to mobilize in your neighborhoods, protect your families and things like that, because the shit is coming to this country. They've got it already.
But people aren't.
And in the end, a third of the population of the world will be gone. That's
Yep.
what, 2 billion people plus.
Yeah.
I
And
thought it was
I
more.
don't think they're going to
Bravo, I thought it was like what?
succeed with their plan. They're not going to
Bravo,
succeed 100%, but they are going to cause mayhem.
Bravo, I
know,
think it was almost 40% of the population. Yeah.
In this country, well, in this country it was
This
more.
country went down to 99
Probably
million.
50%. Yeah.
Yeah, 99 million out of 370 million.
That's
So
one. That's 1/3. That's 1/3. Almost 1/3. Yeah.
no, that's 2/3.
No, 99.
And when it goes back, it's going to be like the Wild
we got
West.
370.
We got 350.
Right, 350. It's only 100 million left. You just lost.
No, I thought you said we lost. I thought you said we lost 99.
No, we
No.
have 99
We
left.
will have that left over.
Yeah,
Right now, if the
Oh.
grid goes down, they suspect that
Well, I just gonna
one
go
out
waste
of
all my
9
money.
people will survive a grid down right now.
Right, because this
And
is
that's
this
within
is, this
that's
is the
within just
scenario,
a couple
right?
months. Huh?
This is the scenario I'm hearing. There's
that
going to
thing
be
sound-
sporadic. There's going to be
Bravo.
sporadic power outages everywhere. They're going to hit us with another virus thing again, and then the fifth column is going to hit. They're going to have staging points with guns, and these people are going to get there just like they did with the bricks, and they're going to start shit. So this is what people have to get into their
Bravo.
minds and
Bravo, don't
do.
scare people because you're going
People
to
need to be.
stream.
They need to be awake.
I don't think that's
They
going
don't
to
need
happen.
to be scared. That's not going to do anything for them.
Might not see it happening because you got your eyes closed, but we are going to be in a world of hurt because our governments are going to turn into
Come on,
warlord
guys.
areas.
99 million people in our country. Come on.
Goose. I don't
99
think
million, where the hell do you
they're
get that
going to
at?
succeed to that. Now that's what the Deagle report says. It's not just the United States; it's all the Western world. Why is it all the Western world and all the Asian countries increase in population?
Bravo, they just
and the
copy
Muslim
and
countries.
paste the report. Come on.
Oh,
You know,
Right
Goose,
now-
Goose,
that
I'm
don't
not
make
going to argue
sense.
with you. This.
Hey, Bravo,
people in the
Bravo,
chat
right
room,
now-
What?
who believe that stuff? 99
Bro-
million people in the United States. When that's going to happen, Bravo?
No, there
That
ain't
way-
99
Also,
million
it
people.
corroborates with what Agent Spencer on his deathbed said. The exact same thing, and a
You
lot
also
of
have to you also have to understand, like China, who had a one baby policy, right now they're hurting
So,
because
Bravo,
they don't
how
have
many
enough people
years?
to replace the old people.
Bravo, how many years? Bravo?
Within 6 months, 1/3 will be
Raccoon,
left.
I say bravo. Thank you. Go
I
ahead,
don't
Bravo.
think we're going to have my honest opinion. We're not going to have a 2024 election. Something's going to happen before that.
Bravo.
Something
Let's bet a freaking bottle.
An aerial
Okay.
burst from our own,
That's
our
what we'll do
own
about it.
government
Sounds like
will
you're
wipe out.
suggesting
Hey, we
Bubba,
go
there's
to
going to
bottle.
be a coup.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the plan is, but
Well,
something
Bravo,
big's gonna happen.
don't be saying that kind of stuff that you're saying. We a credible show. We can't be talking like that.
We can talk about it. If someone like Juan Saban with his character and his reputation can say something like that,
No,
then
Juan
I agree
Seven be
with him.
wrong.
What
He
happened
be
to
wrong
freedom of
many
speech?
I
times.
see it. I can see it.
What
I
happened
can
to
see it
freedom of
happening.
speech?
Well,
there,
anyway,
Goose?
make sure you send me
Goose,
my
Goose. Come
straight
on,
bottle,
you're getting
please.
worse than Russia.
All right, hang on. What's the bet between you and Goose, Bravo?
The bet is that he says it's not going to be election. I say it will.
I don't-
we will have elections.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have. I don't think we're gonna have normal elections.
Oh, Bravo!
like we
Now
have.
you're switching the bet.
Well, it's
Now normal.
No,
we
we're
know
not
it's not going to be normal.
It's not going to be what we're used to seeing. It's going to be totally different.
Bravo!
We will get
That's
what the
easy.
world. We will get what the world oligarchs want us to have unless we fight for what we want.
Raccoon,
If you
you
don't
almost
stand up for
you almost
something, you can
90
never
years
stand
old,
up for
Raccoon.
anything.
all right.
What?
So wait. We got to go back to the bet here. All right. So the bet is Goose says yes, there's going to be an election. And Bravo
Who says there's going to be a normal election, just like
No,
always?
no,
Everything's
Bravo.
the same.
You
Yes, you
can't use
did.
the word normal.
Yes, you did. You said there's going to be
No.
a regular
Just like-
election with mail-in ballots and regular machine election, just like we had
No,
last time.
Bravo.
Plugged into the
What I
internet.
say- Hey,
That's what you
Raccoon,
said.
stop. He don't need no freaking lawyer. Bravo.
I
This is
say
what I
that's
say.
not going to happen. Something different.
Okay,
Something's gonna
we
happen.
will have election. That's the only thing I say. What
All right.
you say, Bravo?
Goose says there's going to be an election, and Bravo says
No.
no election.
That's it. Okay.
All right. What's the
A blue bottle.
We'll just keep
Nobody
it
wants
simple.
to ask me.
We'll just keep it simple. Yeah.
well? No,
Well, I mean, election or no election, we all know that either way you slice it, these elections are going to be a shit show no matter what.
well, no,
Thank
Yep.
you.
this was
Thank
for
you,
a
Eric.
bet between the two of
This
them.
for a bet. This for a
Yeah,
bet.
this is for a bet.
You make sure I get it FedEx next day. FedEx next day.
All right, so there you go. You guys heard the bet. We get to record it. So we're the bet's in. All right.
I just want
Are
cash.
you gonna put
Goose.
this?
I wonder what the Las Vegas
Hey,
odds
Mav, are
are.
you gonna put this on
I
publish?
don't want a bottle.
Bravo, you don't need no cash. You got booking money.
Come on, I want cash.
And you did hear me
Yeah, this
suggest, Maverick, the Las
Hey,
Vegas
Mav,
odds.
are you gonna publish this show?
Yeah, I'm going to publish. I mean,
But
it's
just
great.
remember, I didn't kill myself.
Yeah, okay.
Raccoon, don't do that, man.
Raccoon didn't kill himself, but just so everybody knows. All right.
And Raccoon is not suicidal.
That's right.
But,
You never know.
And I do, of course, mention, like, what are the Las Vegas odds? If there's anybody who has the Las Vegas odds, I say speak now or forever hold your peace.
Bravo, speak out.
Did you see what they did to the room there at the at that hotel where that shooter shot those people, or was supposedly shooting those people from? They sealed off the room and they plastered over one door.
Oh,
You
really?
can't access that room.
Oh, my goodness.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that was a real estate developer was
Raccoon.
going through the hotel and pointed that out.
That's a street club.
There's a strip club in there now.
Yeah. I don't know where Raccoon gets his information. I just did this research. That's a freaking.
I get my information from all kinds of sources, man.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Hey,
Use the
so
sources.
amount of the bet. You guys didn't clarify that. You clarified what the bet was, but you didn't clarify what the award was.
Goose gets the bottle.
A blue bottle.
Blue bottle.
And I get cash.
You got, how much cash?
And I'm getting
Well,
a freaking
I think the whole
cow.
bottle was like $200, wasn't it?
All right, so
Yeah.
we're gonna
Yeah.
$200 is the deal.
200.
Bottle. I want a bottle delivered to me FedEx.
None of
Hopefully FedEx is still on the ground.
3 days to get there.
Yeah, Bravo took him 2 months to send it to me.
Because you know what? If we do have a regular election and we let it go and they cheat again, then there's no use in even talking about 2020 anymore.
Bravo. Don't throw that statement. We already made the bet. Win or lose, you gotta pay.
Yeah, I'm not worried
No,
about
but I agree with Bravo on that one. I mean, if you do win, I mean, if you win, Goose, and we the election they cheat and we do anything to stop it, well, I agree. I mean, we're
hey,
there's no point.
the-
There'll be
the-
no
the
point.
bet-
We
the
deserve
losing the
what we
bet is
get.
like-
No,
is
Bravo.
nothing compared
Mary,
to
the
shit
bet
that-
is if we're gonna have election. Now,
Right.
Listen. The country's
I
over,
said
Goose.
yes.
It doesn't matter if we have the election is the least of my worries.
Bravo,
If-
it don't
if-
matter.
if
You
election
send me the
and-
damn
and-
battle.
and Joe Biden or another bozo gets in there, we're done. We're done. At that
But I
point.
still want my bottle.
We're done. I'll give it. You're going to need it.
Hey, I have a question for everybody, and this is kind of getting to me here because in the last 15 days, my gas prices have dropped almost 28 cents.
Yeah, it's kind of odd, isn't it? That the prices are going
Yeah,
down.
it's weird. It's like I need to keep my tank filled up before it jacks it back up. But see,
Back
if
up.
this happens, if something happens in the middle of 2024 before the election, people will probably have to use a mail-in ballot because they won't be able to afford gas to get to the poll station.
Well, here's what Trump said. Trump said there's still too many people. He goes during the pause. He talked about the pause, and he said, this we had to show everybody. He goes, but there's still too many people that still don't understand. He goes, but they will in the middle of 2024. They'll understand, and they'll come around. So
we have
A lot of people will never understand
Bravo.
it.
Just send me the battle now.
I believe Trump.
Bravo, just send me the bar. I don't know why you bet this thing. We have election. Now don't come out with excuses. Oh, Trump was the
We're gonna see.
freaking bunker.
Actually,
jail.
I'm confident now.
hey guys,
I'm confident.
I'm
Remember I told
actually
you I
looking to
wasn't-
see
remember I
if
told
they're
you I
going to
wasn't
have
gonna
a
do it again.
lockdown during the voting time, like they tried to last time.
Right.
Why you looking at your crystal ball? Your crystal ball?
Billy D.
No, I'm thinking out loud. What would happen if they started a nationwide lockdown right before the election?
Yeah,
Think about it.
Well, you still got to vote.
that's where the mail.
Well,
mail
they say California is doing the mask mandate thing already.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
They're
they're
also
trying to
talking
get it
about
back
go
in
get
play.
that new shot for that virus that ain't here yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of those people aren't going to be voting because they'll be dead from myocarditis or a stroke or something, you know. And
Hey, Raccoon,
And
how
they'll be
old
able
are
to
you?
fill them in as Democrats because they didn't show up.
Raccoon,
Well,
how
you know
old
what?
are you?
The new variant, isn't it funny how they only mentioned this once? They said that new variant triggers people who got the other shot. You know,
Yeah.
they're the ones they're more susceptible to it. So, and we were always told that there was going to be a trigger that's going to trigger these other people, and something's going to happen to them all. So,
Just take and remember now, everybody's going to die. Nobody wants to die, and every day's a gift. When your ticket's
Thank
punched,
you,
you got to get
Raccoon.
on the bus.
Thank you. You might die tomorrow. I might die later. But
I
we all
might.
gonna
Hell,
die.
I'm 68 years old. I probably won't see
You
the
might
end of
get a
all this
freaking
crap.
heart attack
You
in
know?
our show. If you continue
you're
like
going to
that.
see it, Goose. You're going to see it. I
I
mean,
might
you're
also
gonna
live
see
to
it.
be
A heart
120
attack
too,
in our
Goose.
show.
No, I mean, Raccoon, you're going to be here when this all comes down. It's coming
Well, I'll
to a
be
head.
here when it all comes down. I'm just saying, I'm 68 years old. I don't have a heck of a lot left on this earth. I may not see the end of everything that has to be done. And I'm good with
No,
that.
I mean, just when we say that there's some sort of plan, that's just to grab the reins of the wild horse. It's going to take a while to bring it back in line again. You know what I mean?
It's going to take a generation at least to get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 4 years.
Those kids,
Well, did you hear- did
are
you
going to
hear
have to be reprogrammed from what's going on right now and be brought back into the hard times they're going to face, which makes strong men, and as easy times make weak men. And we've had that since
right.
the 60s.
And
Now we're seeing it.
And just like Trump said, he goes, the things that they're going to see, he goes, it's going to make it that much easier for us to do what needs to be done when I get back in there again. Because
He also told
people are
us-
going to see such horrendous things. Imagine if we start seeing people get gunned down in the streets and everything, and they step in and they say, you know what, there's a lot of shit
Some
that
places
happened
that's
here.
already
We don't know,
happening.
we don't really know the full picture, but we're going to go back with the guy before that we know for sure. Put him in there, and then holy shit, and then he starts just hammering everybody. You know.
Well, he also told us, I could tell you what's going on, but you have to see it to believe it.
Right.
A lot of people don't remember that.
Yeah.
You know, when you're a kid, you don't believe what your dad tells you until you get into it, and then you later on you start seeing what the old man was trying to harp at you, and you go, shit, I should have listened.
Raccoon, you last already 69 years, and you still can't remember what they told you 67 years ago.
Hold on, my signal just is
You
going
see,
crappy.
Mary,
And what?
he can't even hear us.
Going
Yeah,
out.
he got dude.
But-
Put you.
My
Hearing
signal goes in
device.
and out every time these big black trucks go past my house.
No, tell the hamster to run faster. You got to get that hamster
It
running
ain't the
quicker.
hands. I got a good signal. It just I'm not getting the Podbean
Wheels gotta go
reception
faster
very
for
good.
electricity.
And I got four
Raccoon, we
goddamn
understand you in
bars,
the
man.
boonies in Montana. They don't have no freaking internet down there.
I'm a mile from the Dagon cell tower too.
You see? You call a
No,
tower one
you're
of those
getting
freaking
nuked
house
then.
antennas.
like I told you, we have a reservation, and the feds are always running in there to capture people. And sometimes I think they use jammers when they go through here, because at certain times my phone don't work.
Now in our state, we can do sport betting. Good. Thank you, DeSantos. You're doing a great job.
Really?
He makes a great governor. He makes a great governor. Okay.
December 11th. Yeah.
I thought they weren't allowed to sneak on the reservations and all that.
Hey, Bravo, you don't talk bad about our state.
The Seminoles are smart.
You have to understand that the reservations are owned by the Department of Natural Resources and the Department of Interior, and they're governed by the people as a sovereign nation. But when there's arrest warrants out, the feds, the U.S. Marshals, come in to raid those places where those felons are at. And a lot of times they go through here. I mean, you would be surprised how much crap goes on the reservation.
So
that place looks like a third world country when you visit the towns.
Is it more like a permanent lease they have? They don't really own it.
No, this was given to them as a reservation to guard Custer's monument. They have the largest reservation here in the entire United States as a Crow Nation. Okay. It's bigger than Fort Bragg. Anybody walking around Fort Bragg knows it's a big sucker. This thing is about 50 miles across one way and 90 miles the other.
It's different.
And then there's another reservation right next to it.
It's different with the reservation with the Indians here in this state. The Seminoles are their own.
That's what it is here, but the feds could still come on and get them.
Take anything from the government. The Seminoles don't take anything from the government.
No, but the feds still rule because they get money from the Department of Interior. It used to be under the Department of Interior and the Department of War until World War II, and then they turned it all over to the Department of Interior.
Well, see, the Seminoles
are the
only ones that have gaming here in the state of.
Well, yeah, we have it here too.
No, but I'm saying the Seminoles.
The Department of Interior, they don't allow you to freaking frack oil anymore.
Yeah, they got some big on oil wells. They're still pumping oil out of some of these oil wells they've already established.
Many of them
They also have 4 gold mines on the reservation too that are still active.
Well, you know, New Mexico got the $300 revenue shut down by the Biden administration. Yeah.
Well,
that's because he was money laundering into Ukraine.
Maverick's got to wrap up, guys.
Yeah.
You going to do prayer this week, Bravo?
Yeah, Bravo's going to do a.
Sure. We'll just do
it. In Montana, they don't have no casino. Hey, Montana got casino?
Hey, Goose,
we have a bunch of casinos.
All right. Okay. Save it for next week.
Time to wrap it up.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you that you're always with us, Lord. We just pray that every day is a good day. And Lord, open the eyes of your children. Help them to see what's really going on. If we said anything, Lord, that harmed anyone, we just ask for your forgiveness. In Jesus' name, amen.
All right. Amen. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. We'll be back next Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're new to the show, please like and follow us so you know when we're on. Follow us on all our Instagram and Yahoo. Oh, Yahoo.
Well, and we've also got Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. We hope that it's the time of year people can be thankful.
God bless you all, guys.
Yeah. So we'll be back next week. Let me find something to get out of here, and we're out of here. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, already 3 hours, 2 hours.
Hey, this is Alex Jones. If you're looking for a true American podcast, listen to my friends Maverick and Goose live every Wednesday night.
My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the fact. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flag. American flag. American flag. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flag. I ain't never gonna pretend that I give a damn. Anybody who's offended, come get it, we throwing hands. Anybody not trying to make America great again, you a punk, you a clown, better know where I stand. I'm the white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what.
100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My patriots the craziest, they ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really wanna taste of this, no safety tip, just aim the stick and spray the clip. I pray you miss, cause if you don't, they gon' go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them, there's these, that, those. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem, smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms, fan with a handgun, run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. I was raised to be brave, to the grave, United States. We love the country that they've been corrupting, go woke and go broker if you ain't awake. My people love this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the fact. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flag. American flag. American flag. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American
got that
flag.
AKA all Draco, leave you stankin', break your ankles. I'm not hearing what you saying. Hit the pavement, now you seeing angels. It get dangerous, go against the Patriots. Got all the bangers. Take a look inside my closet, you gon' see way more than hangers. Hammers like I do construction. Ammo, I'ma shoot at something. Why you think we own these guns? So we could just go do some hunting. You must not pay close attention. Government, they want division. Only treason if you lose. I guarantee we come out winning. Let my flag fly high like eagles. I would die for all my people. You can't change me with procedures. I'm about freedom, you about evil. Leave you hanging from the ceiling like chandeliers in cathedrals. Never have the safety on, and when we run out, we just reload.
My people love this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts.